Once we open up to the flow of energy within our body, we can also open up to the flow of energy in the universe. Wilhelm Reich. Life force is an unseen energy, a vital force that animates every living thing. As a matter of fact, it animates everything in the cosmos. Across cultures and throughout history, humanity has sought to understand and harness this subtle power, calling it by various names: Prana in India, Ki in China, and Organi in the West. But what exactly is this life force, and how does it interact with our physical and spiritual selves? At its core, energy is the fundamental building block of the universe. It exists in various forms, from the tangible light warming your skin to the invisible electromagnetic waves carrying information across continents. While science meticulously dissects the nature of energy, other traditions delve into its subtler aspects, conceiving of a vital force that animates all life. Often referred to as the fifth element, the ether, Ki, Prana, or Orgone, among other names, this vital force permeates all living beings. It's what gives life its form and force. It's the spark that ignites consciousness, the current that flows through our bodies, and the invisible thread that connects us to the universe. The vital force, known by various names across cultures, isn't merely static energy. It's a dynamic entity, constantly seeking new avenues for more complex expression. Some philosophers call it the body without organs, constantly in a state of becoming. This life force embodies a fundamental principle of the universe. Let's call it anti-entropy, which is the tendency towards increasing order and complexity. Entropy being decay. Entropy is the measure of disorder or randomness in a system, reflecting the natural tendency of systems to move from order to disorder over time. In contrast, anti-entropy opposes this trend by representing the tendency of certain systems, particularly living organisms, to resist decay, maintain order, and increase complexity. It's true that everything is decaying, including our bodies with old age, but there's an opposite force of generation and regeneration to counterbalance that. Yin and Yang are the essence of cosmic energy and flow. From the Big Bang's explosive birth to the intricate dance of subatomic particles, the universe displays a relentless push towards ever-evolving structures. Life itself exemplifies this principle, from single-celled organisms to the astonishing diversity of species. Life has continually adapted and complexified, driven by the inherent dynamism of its vital force. German Dr. Franz Mesmer in the 18th century understood how to be conscious of this life force. Mesmer, though discredited by mainstream scientism, paved the way for further exploration into this realm. He developed the concept of animal magnetism, an invisible yet powerful force flowing between living beings, which could be influenced for therapeutic purposes. Wilhelm Reich, a psychoanalyst turned natural scientist, delved into the nature of this life force, coining the term orgone to describe it. He saw orgone as a pulsating, omnipresent energy field, similar to the concepts of prana and ki in Eastern traditions. Reich says, "The discovery of orgone energy was made through consistent, thorough study of energy functions, first in the realm of the psyche, and later in the realm of biological functioning." Reich's historical context is crucial to understanding his discoveries. In the early 20th century, Freud's psychoanalysis dominated the understanding of human behavior. Reich, however, believed physical manifestations like muscular tension held the key to understanding emotional blocks and trauma reactions. He writes, "I know that what you call God really exists, but not in the form you think. God is primal cosmic energy. The love in your body, your integrity, and your perception of the nature in you and outside of you." Reich observed that orgone, like how prana and ki are described, exhibits three specific characteristics. 1. Movement. It wasn't stagnant, but pulsated and flowed. 2. Density. It could be concentrated or dispersed, impacting its effects. 3. Responsiveness. It interacted with living organisms, potentially influencing health and well-being. While Reich's work faced strong criticism due to methodological issues and its association with his controversial later theories, the core concept of orgone resonated with some. It offered a bridge between Eastern energetic traditions and Western scientific inquiry, suggesting a universal life force underlying all living things. Whether we call it prana, ki, or orgone, the underlying concept seems to point towards a shared reality, a subtle dynamic energy that animates life and propels its constant evolution, and that's all you need to know. It's a well-known fact that the human body emits a biomagnetic field, often referred to as the aura. This phenomenon can be captured using Kirlian photography. This field fluctuates with our emotions and health, suggesting a possible link that explains how our internal energy can influence the external world, especially in terms of mood. Notice how pets are more comfortable around some people. It's related to this field of energy. Additionally, quantum biology explores the potential role of subtle energies in biological processes, and biofield research investigates the electromagnetic fields emitted by living organisms. These fields, though faint, fluctuate with our emotions and health, hinting at a possible link between the internal life force and measurable external phenomena. Physical and the subtle realms. Each inhalation draws in not just oxygen, but also this vital life force. As Master Shu Heng Yi demonstrates in his teachings, focusing on the breath allows us to cultivate awareness and access deeper states of consciousness. By consciously controlling our breath, we can influence our emotional state, improve concentration, and even enhance our physical health. For him, the path to self-mastery is often obstructed by hindrances that cloud clarity and impede progress. Shi Heng Yi identifies 5 key hindrances: sensual desire, ill will, loss and tedium, restlessness, and skeptical doubt. These mental states create barriers to understanding and hinder the pursuit of clarity. To overcome these hindrances, Shi Heng Yi proposes a 4-step method: recognize one's mental state, accept the situation, investigate the cause, and practice non-identification. He says, to regain control, we must train the mind to be more present, to live in the here and now, and to find the answers within ourselves, to perceive every moment as it is, and feel the subtle changes within, to continuously work on it. That is the essential practice. Master Shu Heng Yi also encourages each and every one of us to find our own way. He says, all of our lifetimes, all of our lives are too unique to copy the path from someone else. To bring meaning to your life, to bring value into your life, you need to learn and master yourself, and don't let the hindrances stop you. Cultivating life force through breath is just the beginning. The Hindu Yogi Science of Breath by Yogi Ramachakra is a great book that delves into the esoteric understanding of the life force inherent in the air, known as prana. Prana is described as the essence of all motion, force, or energy, pervading all living things and distinguishing them from lifeless matter. It is the active principle of life itself, the vital force that sustains existence from the most elementary forms of life to the highest manifestations of consciousness. The mystical significance of prana lies in its omnipresence and its intimate connection with the spiritual essence of life. While oxygen sustains physiological functions, prana infuses vitality into the nervous system. Through controlled and regulated breathing, individuals can harness prana, storing it in the brain and nerve centers for later use. This stored-up energy, akin to a reservoir of spiritual power, can be accessed by advanced practitioners to enhance physical well-being, stimulate latent faculties, and attain higher states of consciousness. The understanding of prana transcends conventional scientific paradigms, challenging Western notions of materialism and reductionism. In the words of Yogi Ramachakra, prana is in the atmospheric air, but it is also elsewhere, and it penetrates where the air cannot reach. The respiratory system, as described in the book, is a marvel of organic design. It involves the coordinated efforts of various muscles and anatomical structures, including the lungs, diaphragm, ribs, and chest cavity. The lungs expand and contract, creating a vacuum that draws in air, while the diaphragm plays a pivotal role in separating the chest and abdominal cavities. The book emphasizes the vital importance of breathing through the nostrils as opposed to the common practice of mouth breathing. They explain how the nostrils serve as nature's intricate filtering system, purifying the air and warming it before it reaches the delicate organs of the throat and lungs. Mouth breathing, on the other hand, exposes the respiratory system to impurities, cold air, and germs, leading to various health issues and weakening the body's vitality. Yogi Ramachakra says, the refining, filtering, and straining apparatus of the nostrils renders the air fit to reach the delicate organs of the throat and the lungs. He cautions against the detrimental effects of mouth breathing, which not only compromises the body's defense mechanisms, but also disrupts the natural flow of breath. The book discusses 4 methods of respiration: high breathing, mid breathing, low breathing, and yogi complete breathing. High breathing, characterized by elevation of the ribs and collarbone, is deemed the least beneficial as it only fills the upper portion of the lungs. Mid breathing, though better, still falls short of optimal respiratory function. Low breathing, also known as abdominal breathing, is recognized as an improvement over the former methods, but is surpassed by the yogi complete breath. The yogi complete breath represents the pinnacle of respiratory techniques, incorporating the best elements of the other methods while eliminating their drawbacks. It engages the entire respiratory apparatus, maximizing lung capacity and efficiency. Through complete breathing, practitioners harness the full potential of their respiratory muscles, allowing for optimal oxygen absorption and prana accumulation, the vital life force according to yogic philosophy. Ultimately, yoga is about union of body, mind, and spirit, union with the divine, union with all of creation. That's what the word yoga actually means. Therefore, I encourage you to do some form of breath practice regularly to deepen your connection with your life force energy. You can go with the flow and develop your own techniques that work for you. The exploration of life force and breath is also a journey of self-discovery. Whether through ancient practices, scientific exploration, or personal experience, we can each contribute to demystifying this vital energy. So, it's really helpful to everyone else when you share your experiences. If you liked this video, please leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for future videos.